Hello! Knowing how to create SEO content correctly separates amateurs from professionals. In this video, I will show you step by step the exact process of creating SEO content. So, if you want to rank first in Google, keep watching because exceptionally powerful SEO content is the leading domino for increasing organic search traffic. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and like it so you don't miss our new videos. And so, here we go.
Did you know 81% of businesses consider their blogs an important asset to their business?
One of the biggest challenges bloggers and content marketers face is writing content that is optimized for search engines but also appealing to people. If you want to expand your blog's audience, you are going to have to get smarter with content. The main way to achieve this is through SEO copywriting. While search engine optimization may seem complicated, it's easier than you think, especially if you understand that it's best to write for people, not search engines. In order to thrive, your online business must go beyond just writing content. Your content must accomplish two things: solve a specific problem, appeal to the end user.
We all know what happens when you type a search query into a search engine and click enter. You get a list of search results that match your search query. These results pages appear as a result of search engine optimization. In short, SEO is the method of optimizing the effectiveness of your content for search engines to help it rank higher than content from other sites targeting the same search terms.
Google displays web pages in search results based on page authority and relevance to improve user interaction. How does it measure authority and relevance? Google determines the relevance of your page by analyzing its content based on several factors, including where and how often you use certain words in that piece of content. Google measures authority by the number of links leading to that page and how credible those links are. On the internet, links are like votes with a slight difference. The winner of an election is determined solely by the number of votes, whereas the ranking of your web page depends not so much on how many incoming links it has, but on the quality of those links. Who drives the user to action? A copywriter does. A copywriter is a skilled professional who writes text for advertisements, promotions, and customer interactions. In the marketing world, they are often called creative people. An SEO copywriter adapts this to online content.
A copywriter is someone who understands people, knows what their audience likes, and chooses words they will like. The headline, word, phrases, sentences, and paragraphs used in the content should persuade and induce readers to take a certain action. The SEO copywriter also understands how Google treats certain words and phrases, especially long-tail phrases. If you're a blogger, freelance writer, or online entrepreneur, you can become a sought-after copywriter if you develop your creativity and hone your writing skills.
If you want to build a thriving online business and survive in the ever-changing world of SEO, your job is to create useful content that is interesting, persuasive, and well optimized for search engines. And you have to do it consistently. It's part of the user experience to get fresh new content on demand. What is SEO copywriting? SEO copywriting has evolved since Google started releasing its updates. If you want to create very useful content that will rank high in Google while also directing paying customers or clients to your online business, you should think about the components of Google's ranking algorithm. SEO copywriting is all about creating useful, compelling, and valuable content that targets specific keywords so that other people are happy to promote it on social media platforms.
This increases the authority and relevance of your content and improves its rankings in Google for selected keywords. So when you strongly recommend something, Google considers it relevant and you will get better SEO content results. SEO copywriting helps you target your audience and solve their specific problems with well-designed content.
Some elements of valuable content, such as a visual appeal and timeliness, are hallmarks of copywriting. Consistently implementing SEO best practices throughout your content will naturally propel your content into the top 10 of Google and increase your traffic.
Did you know 75% of SEO is done off-page and 25% is done on-page?
However, there are elements that will always allow you to rank high in Google as well as increase your conversion rate. Before you implement SEO copywriting elements, remember that there are things that must be done before on-page optimization. Here are 6 important elements of SEO copywriting. Site speed. 40% of people leave a web page if it takes more than 3 seconds to fully load. 47% of end users expect a web page to load in 2 seconds or less.
Site speed has been a ranking factor since 2010 and it's also good for users. If your loading time exceeds 2 seconds, which is the standard loading time for websites, you should take steps to improve it. This is because if your content is useful and interesting, but it takes a long time for your page to fully load, your visitors will leave because their focus is low. They leave because of a poor user experience.
Your content may be valuable, but if your headline is mediocre, your CTR will be low. Don't waste valuable SEO copy. For the greatest success, bloggers should spend about 6 hours publishing. Tasks to be completed in those 6 hours include creating content, tracking social signals and consumer reactions, analyzing tracking, and others. In SEO copywriting, your headline should grab people's attention and then encourage them to click and read on. When you learn how to write better, focus on what your leads will see first. For example, the headline. When you are in the top 10 on Google, if your headline is clickable and attractive, it doesn't really matter if you're number 1 or number 4 because you'll still be attracting regular visitors to your site. As a general rule, a successful SEO copywriter creates a headline before getting to the main body of your article or blog post.
Headlines that convey a specific message or idea are best for search users. Headlines with numbers always win. Some reputable news sites use numbers in their headlines. Headlines that have numbers in them tend to be more common on Facebook and Twitter. For example, one of the most popular posts on HubSpot is a number headline.
New and experienced SEO copywriters highly recommend downloading Yoast SEO as a plugin for WordPress to help optimize SEO copywriting. By learning SEO copywriting, you'll be able to write content that will rank high on Google's results pages, as well as attract clicks from potential clients or customers. If you want your entire title to appear in search results, don't exceed 72 characters. This will also increase your CTR. The content itself is a vital element of SEO copywriting. The main reason people search on Google and other search engines is that they are looking for useful content. Search engines also use fresh SEO content, so you must constantly update your site. If you want to write better content that will rank well in Google, you need to set up keyword phrase targeting. Avoid unnecessary words or over-optimization. Ideally, put the keyword in the headline, but make sure it's easy for readers to read.
Before writing your SEO content, it's important to understand your reader. Then choose a niche and focus on the specific problem the reader is struggling with. Don't be afraid to solve that problem with your content. That's another goal of combining SEO and copywriting. Every piece of content you write requires a compelling introduction. The introduction is the part that comes right after the headline. Your introduction should contain at least one of your target keyword phrases, especially the long-tail keyword.
Before you write your content, and again, before you publish it, use meta descriptions to help search engines. Meta descriptions help search engines and users understand what your content is about and why your targeted keywords and phrases keep appearing in your content. SEO firms make money on this just because they understand it. A meta description is an HTML attribute that provides search engines with a brief explanation of your page content. The tag is enclosed in the head section of Head on your web page. For SEO purposes, the meta description should be 150 to 160 characters.
Google uses the meta description on your page as a snippet when people search for keywords relevant to your page. The snippet copy is what will determine whether or not you will get clicks, no matter how high you rank in the search results. If you have a WordPress blog, you can install the all-in-one SEO Pack plugin and use it to customize your title, meta description, and relevant keywords. If you're new to blogging, this guide will help you set up the plugin.
The frequency of keywords means how many times your selected keywords appear on a web page. For example, if your target keyword is best hotels in London, how many times will that exact phrase appear in your 300, 500, or 1000 word article? Conversely, keyword density is related to the ratio of best London hotels to other words on the same page.
Did you know? According to the study, about 30% of all internet users now use ad blockers.
Keyword frequency and density are no longer as effective as they used to be before Google started frequent updates, but are still important parts of SEO content. Avoid on-page optimization mistakes such as keyword stuffing, excessive keyword insertion, and header tagging.
The only way to determine if your keyword repetition is super or spammy is to measure the frequency in relation to the overall length of your content. Keyword density above 5.5% could result in you being blamed for too many keywords, and your page could be penalized by Google. You don't need to mindlessly repeat keywords to optimize. In fact, if you do, you will likely get the opposite result.
Links are the basic building blocks of your web page. One of the 10 true things Google knows is that there is always more information. Page links tell Google that you are connected and sociable and that you have useful content that people can access elsewhere. This content may be your own, it may be from another author or another site. Links to other authoritative sites and pages are an indicator that you appreciate what other people are creating. Google will reward you for matching their mission to systemize the world's information and make it publicly available. Copywriters usually find the right keywords, research accurate data, and then use it to create compelling content. That's why copywriting is one of the fundamental factors of search engine optimization.
The rules for links to other sites are not carved in stone, nor are there strict rules for internal linking. However, as a smart internet marketer who wants to get amazing search engine results, you should link to relevant pages on and off your site in the introduction. Link to more detailed guides or content on your page or on other sites. Link with relevant anchor tags that naturally blends with the content.
These rules are not set by Google or other search engines. If you can understand your target audience and create better content that solves your readers' problems, you don't have to worry about keyword density, page links, and social signals because they will appear naturally. Remember, the goals of very useful content include thousands of social media reposts, comments, leads, customers, and sales. That's your job as an SEO copywriter. Thanks for watching this video. Check out the channel for more videos.